Hey everybody, I'm Will Kruer with PeopleFirst Talent Acquisition and Retention Consulting. We provide companies with solutions to source, interview, onboard, and effectively retain talent. In my last video, I explained the difference between a recruitment service and refining a company's internal hiring process. So today, I want to talk about one of the key components of a hiring process, which is having an impactful interview. Lots of companies assume that since they're conducting interviews and making hires that their process doesn't need to be improved, but then scratch their head when they have turnover. The interview is the first impression of your company on a candidate, so it's important to get it right for the sake of retention. I just want to point out some common missteps that I see in interviews. The first one is having all of your interviews be the same. Following the same format for every candidate for every job role is a big no-no. Candidates tailor their resume and their cover letter for every job they apply for, or at least they should be. So why wouldn't you be tailoring your interview? An easy example of this would be the location of your interview. For instance, when recruiting interns, you should conduct the first round interviews on campus. When you receive a resume for an experienced professional from a job posting or from your website, you should be interviewing them at your office. If you're actively recruiting and reaching out to prospective candidates, you should be meeting them at a coffee shop or for lunch. Why are these things so important? It's for comfort. You want the candidate to be comfortable in order to meet their true self. Interviews are stressful, and you want to take the stress out of it to make it seem like more of a get-to-know-you type meeting. And students feel more comfortable on campus. Professionals who submit their resume to you are already interested in your company, so you want to show off your facilities because they're very curious to see it. When you reach out to prospects, meeting at a coffee shop makes it appear more of an exploratory meeting rather than a formal interview and takes the edge off for a successful and happy professional going to a competitor's office. When you do have people in your office, I suggest giving them a small tour up front off the bat when you greet them. This will get them acclimated to your office style, allow them to see some of the faces in your office, and be an icebreaker to walk and talk while they unwind their nerves. That way, when you sit down, it can be an easier transition to a calm conversation. The job of a hiring manager in an interview is to make the candidate comfortable, and there is a bigger strategy to providing comfort than just asking if you can get them a water or soda or validate their parking. Another misstep I see in interviews is giving lazy answers to candidates' questions. You expect the candidate to give quality answers, so be sure you're putting in the same effort. I've seen a candidate ask the hiring manager, "What do you like about working here?" And the hiring manager replies, "I like the people." Well, the candidate doesn't know the people, so quite frankly, they don't care yet. Everyone has at least one person at work that they enjoy, so this answer is bland and doesn't differentiate your company from another. It also doesn't give any insight to see if the candidate is truly aligning with your culture and thus if they'll be retained. Make sure your answer makes sense and differentiates you. I always suggest giving examples of the quality of work you provide over your competition and the quality of collaboration, again, with specific examples. My last recommendation for interviewing is to be transparent. Too many interviews describe things, such as culture or workflow, but never actually show the candidate. Make sure you utilize the candidate's time wisely by having them meet with people similar in their role, but also with people above them who their career could progress to, and all different personality types. Getting a good mix of your employees will show the candidate the culture and gather multiple opinions from your staff. Again, you don't want to overwhelm them, so finding the right mix of people is key. This is a complex strategy that shouldn't be taken lightly. Some key takeaways to make an interview impactful and unique to the person you're meeting with is to provide quality and well thought out answers to candidate questions. Differentiate yourself and be transparent to the use of direct examples. I appreciate your time today. Let me know what you thought by either hitting the like button, and if you want to continue to see videos and on internal hiring processes and revamps, click subscribe. I'm Will Kruer with PeopleFirst. Thanks for listening.